Most of us women in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, some of our husbands have passed on or we've gotten divorced. We have gotten adjusted to being single. We don't care how good y'all look. We don't care what kind of car y'all driving. We don't care what kind of house y'all got. We don't care what kind of money y'all got in y'all pocket. Because you know what? We are single and we're loving it. We are not going back to cooking. We're not going back to washing your clothes. We don't want y'all asking us where we at and what time we
Much
coming
respect to
home.
the lady who made this video. I'm not calling the women molded meatloaf. I just created an analogy to let women know how it sounds to us men out here. Me, a peaceful life. I'm 51 years old. Obviously, I'm retired right now. Work out, take care of my body in great shape as far as for my age. But the reality is this, okay? Let me save you ladies the headaches. A peaceful life for any of the brothers in here are not really interested in coming over to your house to consume any of your molded meatloaf. I really don't have no interest in it. I have a beautiful kitchen in there that's stocked with nice, fresh food. And it's kind of cringe-worthy when I see these videos, they pop up in my feed on Facebook and whatever else. And I don't think, see, I'm retired. I can say things that some of the men won't say because, I'm worried about you reporting me to my job. So the truth of the matter is, this is how men see it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some older women that maybe just got out of divorce and that are sexy and whatever else. The young bucks will hit it. Look, men will consume roadkill. That's what it's like. When a woman is older and she's sexy, she takes care of herself, she like keeps herself in shape, really like Halle Berry type, keep herself in shape. Some of them can maintain their ability to get that sausage for a long period of time. And the young bucks will hit it. I mean, they're really target practice for the young lions. Salute to you young lions out there, man. They practice, build up reps, whatever. But it's roadkill. And you see her at the end of the bar. She needs attention. She wants to be validated. She wants to feel like she's beautiful because older women are competing with the younger women nowadays. And the delusion of social media and all these gurus out here, the Eric Jackson of the world, propping them up, a bunch of simps, especially my generation. It's infested with simps. And these old boomer simps or the Gen X simps is, propping up their head, making them feel good, trying to, get that fruit to drop off the tree on the ground so they can probably get a consumer because they're horny probably. But the young bucks, may give them a little bit of attention because look, it's hard out here with these young boys. Some of them with these girls is, going for certain groups of men and whatever else. So roadkill on a Friday night at 11, she got a nice body, she's tight, she's overly expressing herself. Young boys know it's a guarantee. They'll be tossing an old head like me in the locker room in the morning. Old head, look at this one I got last night. Check out this cougar I knocked down. I'd be like, phew. Go ahead, young lion. It is what it is. Be careful, though. Be careful. Some of these old cougars are still fertile as hell. And you get one like what's her name now? Diana Ross's daughter. Tracy Ellis Ross. That one is fertile. She about 50 years old, and that condom breaking, you let one loose in that old woman. She keeping that baby too. And that's a huge problem. Because she old, liberal-minded, that baby gonna be marching in the pride parade with her. You be like, what the hell did you do to my son? Be looking like Will Smith kids. So you better careful with them old ones like Tracy Ellis Ross, because they still fertile, young bucks. That's just a warning from the old head. They are fertile as hell. So roadkill will be consumed. But the idea that the average overweight older woman, for any man that they want, not a man, not old Rufus in your DMs. Rufus, you don't want. Rufus been trying to get that box for a long time. They don't want that guy, okay? They really don't. And they can't really get the outcomes that they want. But to think that men are just sitting around here all day long, I mean, a peaceful life is saying, oh, I got to get me some box. I got to get me some 50-year-old box. The problem with women don't understand is this. When a woman gets with a man in her 20s, right, and she marries a man, that man, she has the man's kids. She grows old with that man. So in that man's mind, there's a version of her that's 25 years old that he still sees. Every stretch mark on her body comes from the birth of his kid. Everything on her body is because she has been with him and he's been sleeping with her. She's built, loyalty, trust, respect with that man. And he's connected and bonded to that woman because every wrinkle, every pound, every whatever comes from giving birth to his kids and bringing home this new legacy. She's been loyal to him. So he still sees her as he's put the mileage on her. Let's be honest. He's been having sex with her for the last 20, 30 years. He put that mileage on her. So he's connected. He's bonded to her. To me, a peaceful life, 51, when I look at that stuff, I'm looking at, I'm salt and pepper, great. Men are different because women like men for protection and provision. They like us beyond our physical, just our ability to protect and provide. It's just nature's unfair. But when I look at her, if she's not in like outstanding shape, I see another man's mileage. And I ain't really interested in, because men are naturally drawn to younger women. That's why men understand Bill Belichick. Because again, old gold digger, young gold digger, they all want money and provision and protection. That's why all these women are old and single in the church right now, because they're asking for prices that 25-year-old women need to be asked for. A 25-year-old woman is she's young. She's fertile. That's MSRP these women are asking for. And they're old. They're Xingyu or leftover women. When you're old like me, peaceful life, you better offer more than old used box. You better you better be like, look, I divorced my husband. I got a huge 401k. I got fresh meatloaf and lasagna at the house. My house is clean, spickling. I'm going to add some value to you beyond some old used box. It's just not enough to entice a man that has any self-esteem or value or works on become the best version of himself. You may get old Rufus, but Rufus is down bad anyhow. And even Rufus don't even want that shit. He might go Uncle Earl on your ass and be like, I got money. And the way these young girls is selling that box out here, he might be like, shit, protecting his peace, and maybe once a month or two times a month, he takes out his $200 or $300 out of his Social Security and go get his ass toned up. And then he go back to the card game. But anyhow, that's the reality out here with these older women out here, virtue signaling on the internet, rejecting the unattainable, uninterested men. And, making these comments about how they're not sharing their old molded meatloaf with us. It's disturbing. I wish they would stop making this video. I need to cleanse my Facebook feed. But getting back to the topic, when you've aged with that woman, this is why women are supposed to get married young. And we tell women on this channel, get your education, get your career, and get your husband at the same time. Because when you get older in the secondary dating relationship market, you look like granny to men, because men are naturally drawn to fertility. It's animalistic. You look like granny to men. Even an old dude like me, you look like granny to him, because you haven't grown old with me. The woman I deal with now, I've been around here for almost 20 years. She grew old with me. So she looks to me, she takes great care of herself. She stays in shape. She looks the same way that she looked to me when I met her when she was 30 years old, and I'm 51 or whatever. So this is the thing. Women are supposed to, when they get older and the power of their looks and their body is no longer there, this is when they get to cash in. When they get that man, they get that support, they get that whatever, stability. I mean, for her, it's unfortunate if her husband passed away. My condolences. But this is when women really cash in or make a peaceful life. I'm retired now, so it's easy for the woman to make it be retired. Yes, I can retire a woman if I choose. The point I'm trying to make is this, all right? That's when women benefit. But now with social media, you have the old women. Nothing worse than an old woman who leads with her sexy. You talk about this gag reflex, especially if she don't have a tight, hot, maybe like a Holly Berry or Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray is starting to go down bad now. Or like a Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross can get some sausage, but you're going to end up with post-nut clarity because you're going to start talking about all that liberal LGBTQ and all the other stuff. For the young men, she's great target practice. I'll be honest with you. But ain't nobody trying to be... Imagine, I have to get up, put on my clothes, and drive somewhere to acquire old box? It's disturbing. Why would I do something like that? Imagine that, fellas. Think about that. Why would I do that? That's horrible. Nobody's interested in molded meatloaf. Anyhow, I digress from that conversation because I don't really understand how it lands in our mind. Like Richard's out here just, I gotta get me some old bucks today. What's gonna make my day exciting? Go marry some old woman and get some old bucks. That's what I'm looking for today. Really. I'm about to hit the gym, get my workout on. I got some other things to do. The market's open at 9:30 this morning. The last thing on a man's brain that's got his life together, that loves his peace, is we're not broke, we're not thirsty, we're not desperate. Trust me, you're safe. You're safe, my dear. You're safe. You don't have to. I can't make these videos, man. This is. I'm just gonna make these videos because see, I used to, make content. Sometimes you can understand that, just because I'm just being myself, to be honest with you, and I still can't. This delusion. I know it's delusion. And like you see these old women, like they're going to church now. The church is the big thing right now, where they try and, do the whole phase reset, or they're getting there. There's a coping mechanism now. The church is like a housing unit for rebranded, old, worn out women and gives them purpose and meaning in life because they can't get the men they want. They can't get the life that they want. So you have to, look, I salute them. Go in there, get the spiritual healing. Do what you got to do to make it in this life. But I want just to land how it's, I wish they would stop making these videos. And you guys that's doing this pandering, stop it. And you simps, get out of them. Leave these old women alone, okay? Stop juicing them up, bigging up their head. And they out here, come out here, and then dudes like me make videos about them. Because you simps be setting them up for these videos that content creators like me be making. You know these women ain't getting nothing but some desperate sausage from old what's his name, Rufus. You know ain't nobody coming over there. She knows it too, but she has to, there's just a virtue signal because she's got so many old simps in her DM. But this is the type of nonsense that goes on in the era of social media. Attention is become the most dangerous drug in the world today. And it just TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, delusion is at an all-time high. And there's a market that benefits from this delusion. They make a lot of money off this delusion, to be honest with you. But anyhow, guys, let me know what you think down below. But trust me, lady, you got a better chance of getting struck with lightning than a man of any value of substance coming over to get any of that molded meatloaf. You're good, lady. You're safe. Enjoy your holidays. Peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The audacity of these women.